So, what is the minimum order amount that you should accept, and what is the maximum miles that you should drive? My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make $25 to $30 an hour doing food delivery. I got a comment on one of my other videos from David C. asking me a question about my minimum order amount and the amount of miles that I will drive when I'm out here doing food delivery. And I thought I'd put a video together for you guys and gals so that you kind of can get an idea of how I approach this and maybe give you some insight into what you should do. And I'm going to start by throwing up his comment here and reading it for you. I'm only going to read the question that he asked me, and you guys can read the rest of it if you want. But he said, do you have a minimum order value and a maximum miles that you will accept? If so, how far and how much? And he basically didn't really know where to start. So today I want to give you an idea, David, and I really appreciate you asking me the question. And it really is market dependent, as I say a lot of times when it comes to these things in food delivery. If you get value out of today's video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So as I say all the time in my videos, that everything that you do in food delivery is completely dependent upon your marketplace when you're trying to figure out what to do. There's things that work in my marketplace and things that I do in my marketplace that might not necessarily work in yours. Let me start by talking about the two different marketplaces that I work in when I'm out here doing food delivery. The first one is Auburn, Indiana here, and this is a really small town. It's a population of 15,000 people, and there's literally 1/4 mile strip here in Auburn that I can work when I'm out here. So I'm very limited on what I can do as far as the number of sweet spots that I can work when I'm out here because of the size of the marketplace. Because this marketplace is so small and I literally have one sweet spot that I can go to when I'm out there, I will accept orders because this marketplace allows it. I will accept orders anywhere from $5 on up, and the miles that I will take an order is typically only going to be a half a mile to about 3 miles. Because I know when I work in this marketplace that I have got to drive out to drop the order off, and then I have got to drive back to get some more orders when I get done dropping that order off. So when I'm in Auburn, my strategy that I work there is $5 and up, and it has to be a half a mile to about 3 miles, depending on the amount that they're offering, that I will drive to get orders here. If you go then here to Fort Wayne, it's a much bigger city. It's the second largest city in Indiana, and it has a population of about 265,000 people. In this marketplace, I've got 5 sweet spots that I can work in this marketplace, and because it's such a bigger marketplace with a lot more opportunities there up in Auburn, typically the orders that I'll take in Fort Wayne are going to be anywhere from about $7 to $8 is kind of where my minimum is, and the amount of miles that I drive in this marketplace don't really matter to me. David, when you're thinking about a marketplace like this, the thing I look at when I take a look at the orders that I'm set is obviously what are they paying me? The amount that they pay me for the order is really critical to me. The number of miles is also very critical to me because I want to make sure that I'm getting $1.50 or more per mile in my marketplace, and I sit somewhere around $1.89 per mile right now. But I also look at other factors when I'm in this marketplace too. When I get high mile orders, I want to see where that order is dropping off. I look at it with all the orders that I get, but I especially look at it with the high mile orders. I've literally taken 20 mile or 25 mile orders in this marketplace because when I get the order, I take a look at the map, I see where the drop-off location is, and if it's sitting me in another one of my sweet spots that are going to get me more orders when I drop that off, then I will go ahead and accept long distance deliveries on the platforms because I know when I get to my destination, no matter how far it is, if it's dropping me into another one of my sweet spots, I know I can get more orders when I get done. Another factor for me when I'm out there doing food delivery is what overall is going on in my marketplace. I know, for instance, in my marketplaces, when summer gets here, the orders slow down. So I might adjust the amount of dollars that I accept if the orders aren't coming in on a particular shift when I'm out there working. In other words, if I typically accept $7 to $8 in Fort Wayne, if I'm seeing that the orders aren't coming in on a particular shift when I'm out there, I might drop that down to $5 to $6 so that I can make sure that I'm making money even if the amount is going to be lower, because you're not making any money if food is not in your vehicle while you're driving down the road. So I kind of look at it like I can sit here and just wait and wait and wait for the amount of money that I expect on the orders that I get when I'm in Fort Wayne. However, if it's slower out and the orders like that aren't coming in, I'll drop down and grab $5 or $6 orders while it's slow. And if I see that it's ramping back up, I'll go back up to that $7 or $8. You also got to look at today, especially the economy. Blake Moore Finance, he just did a video a couple of days ago where he is out working in Salt Lake, I believe it's Salt Lake City, Utah, and DoorDash has completely dried up on him in the last month, and it's not getting any better right now. So he was literally accepting every order that DoorDash sent him, because if not, he was sitting there for, I think he set up to like a half an hour waiting on an order when he was out there working. So you really got to take a look at what the overall situation is in your marketplace, and if it's different than quote unquote normal, maybe adjust your strategy a little bit when you're out there doing your food delivery. So my suggestion to you, David, when it comes to getting on all these platforms and going out into your marketplace and working, is something I've talked about a lot in other videos, but what you really want to do is you want to take each individual app out in your marketplace and kind of see what the app is going to do for you while you're out there working. Find those sweet spots like I always talk about. In other words, find the areas in that marketplace that you know that you can get orders on all 3 or 4, however many platforms you have, but go to those areas that you know that you can get consistent orders on all the platforms that you work. And you really got to see what kind of money that they're offering you when you're out there in your marketplace, and based on what you find, that's how you really want to determine what the order amount is that you accept when you're out there doing food delivery. If it's $5 an order and you got to make sure you're getting those orders that are half a mile to 3 miles like I do in Auburn, use that strategy when you're out there. If you find that they're going to send you, 15 or 20 or $25 orders to drive 10 or 15 miles and you can make that work in your marketplace, then that's what you want to do. If it's a combination of the two, then make it work in your marketplace. But go out there in your marketplace with each individual app and figure out what it's offering in your marketplace, and then find those areas in your marketplace that are going to get you orders on all the platforms consistently. And if you go out there and take the time up front to go analyze your marketplace and see what it's going to do for you, then that'll really help you when you're out there working, so you know where to go and you know what to accept when orders get sent to you, and this will help you make the most money when you're out there. If you got value out of today's video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. The last thing, David, I want to talk to you about is actual numbers. How do you keep track of the numbers as you're out there doing your shifts? My Metric Spreadsheet will help you do this. It's a free download that I have in all of my descriptions, and I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so you all can check it out. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles. If you look to the right, you'll see for each individual app, I put the dollars that I've made, the time that I worked, along with the number of deliveries. Head to the bottom and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per order. David, if you're starting a multi-app, it's really important that you're taking all these numbers and putting them together so you can see what you're doing while you're out there, and this will help you see where you need to improve. So go grab that download in my description and start keeping track of your metrics if you don't already. I also want to remind you, if you want to learn about multi-apping, I've got a lot of content in my food delivery playlist that's going to help you earn that $25 to $30 an hour. If you would like to learn about multi-apping, I got a video right here I just recently did a 4-part series, and it goes from the basics up to the advanced stuff while you're out there. What I want to leave you with is I hope that you are out there making the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.